Right, this building across the road is Wakefield Town Hall. That is the building where they used to have Wakefield Crown Court. And this building here, I'll get off at the other side of the road, all the way down, is all part of the old Wood Street Police Station. And this part in particular that I'm on here now is relevant to my next audit. As you can see now, it's derelict. I don't know if you can see that, but down these stairs in cellars where old cells was, in this part of Old Wood Street Police Station, is where high-ranking police inspector, about 4 other police in CID, high-ranking officers from Huddersfield, Dewsbury, and here at Wakefield, and a vicar, ex-Fitz William vicar, were kidnapping kids in end of 1979. Same time they were looking for the Yorkshire Ripper. All this of it road now is all part of it. It's all old. This is old entrance for Wood Street Police Station. This is where you'd have gone in as a member of the public to make a complaint or whatever. I'm just getting over this side of the road so I can get a view of the whole place. Right up from up the end up there, all the way down, all that were part of the police station. And this is the main part of the police station, where this is where people had access to go in. Officers went in that way, public went in that way to make a complaint or out like that. And this gate here on the end is where they used to take you in a van, if you'd been arrested or wherever. Look, no entry, police only. And this is where they used to take you in and then take you round back, round there, and book you in through back at police station. Cells were in that way as well. Highway patrol cars parked in here, and they used to go out the back way as well. Like I said, these police officers were non-sin kids round end of 1979, and they were killing the kids. Same time, this force were looking for Yorkshire Ripper. And these high-ranking CID were getting a lot of flack off their bosses because nobody had been put in the frame for these child murders. So what they decided to do was, and I'm not going to throw no names in yet on this video because this is only part 1. This is just to get my head in gear to tell this tale, because it destroys me every time I think about it. It destroys me. And what they did, they knew they had to set somebody up because of public interest in this case. Kids can't just go missing, not even in 1979. So what they did, there was a lad that lived in Fitz William in the what was known as the City Estate. And that lad was 21. Not going to mention his name, as I've said at this point. But he had the brain of a 4 or 5 year old. And he played with all the kids. All the families on the estate were all miners' families. And we all knew that he would not hurt them kids. He run and kept them safe, kept them off roads and things like that. You could go out and leave your kids on the street knowing he were looking after them. But, like I say, he was 21, age of a 4 or 5 year old, in head, retarded. He lived with his mother and she looked after him. So what they did, they got him, they arrested him, because he was an ideal person for them to set up. So what they did, they brought him here to Wakefield and they took him into the cells in the lower part of this building. Unless you've been in them cells, you wouldn't even know they were there. Everybody assumes that just that bit there, what police station. Nobody knows about this bit. And all CID officers up there, and it's where they had all paperwork, foot ripper case and everything, with all that were going on, and they had all cells underneath. So what they did, they took him down there in them cells below, and they beat him half to death. They beat him and beat him and beat him. They burnt him with cigarettes. And they told him that if he didn't write or sign the statement that they'd wrote for him, then he would never see his mother again. By this time, it was getting round over Christmas, early January 1981. I was in Armley prison at the time, hospital orderly. One night when I took an officer a cup of tea on the ward, because they had cells and they had wards. On the wards, what ones that they'd straitjacket them to beds. They was to straitjacket them so they could hardly move, and tie them to the beds, medicate them up so they couldn't carry on and create any trouble for them. As soon as he saw me, he started saying to me, I asked him what the hell he were doing here, and all he could say to me was, I shouldn't be here, me. I shouldn't be here, me, knock. And I said, I know, mate, I know. What's happened? So Screw ushered me out. I couldn't argue up toss. It was a pretty cushy job. And I thought I'd just keep an eye on him and try to find out what were what. But I didn't get much chance, because they kept him medicated up. And next thing I knew, they put him into a cell instead of on the ward. And part of my job, some of the prisoners couldn't be trusted with razors and things like that. So they used to make them wash on the landing. And part of my job was to put a bowl of hot water out for them, and a mirror and a razor, and then stand there and watch them while he had the shave. As soon as he saw me, he'd be shaving the side of his face with a razor and shuffling over to me saying, Knock. Knock. I shouldn't be here, mate. I shouldn't be here, mate. I used to have to take razor off him and tell him it were all alright. And by the time he'd get to court, they'd know it warned him. And I couldn't understand when I found out that he were charged with abducting kids. I couldn't believe it. I knew it warned him. So what happened was, the copper, one of the CID that were downstairs in this building here, he turned against them, and he gave evidence against him even. Now, I'm going to leave that part of my vlog because it's getting to me a bit. It does things to me when I start thinking about it. So I'll carry on with the tale on that in part 2. And I've come round here because this is where the old magistrates' court was. I never got took in through that door, but they did used to bring you round from Wood Street in a van. And this here, what an entrance, Wakefield and Pontefract Magistrates' Court. I don't know if it still is, but wow, look how scruffy it is. I can't see that being used for magistrates anymore, can you? Look at it. And that is the old cells. I've been in them cells a few times. That's where they used to take prisoners in. Right, as I've said, I've just used this as part 1 of my video about the high-ranking police officers setting a lad up for a retarded lad from Fitz William, but for child murders he didn't commit. So I think that's long enough for this. So I'll ask you once again, please like, share and subscribe, as it would help my channel, and you'll also get to see part 2 of this video. Thank you.